Hey guys, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. So we'll see who pops on. We will see what's going on with people today on this gorgeous day in Detroit. Yeah, we'll see what's up. Yeah. See who's on and all that good stuff. Let's see where I'm at. There I am. All right. So I'm on the page. Like I said, we'll see who pops on and we'll get going because there's going to be some pretty cool stuff today. Hey, Haley. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah. So, yeah. I'm just trying to get to where I want to be on my phone so I can remember to talk about stuff. So we'll see who pops on. Haley keeps coming on and off, so that's kind of weird. So there's 7 people here. All right, so we'll see. Hey, Kathy, how's it going? Hi, Judy. Judy, did you send me a friend request today? Hi, Kimberly. Because Judy, I got a friend request on Bill Hobart, I think it was. Hey, Pat, how's it going? Hi, Suze. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. There's all kinds of stuff cool stuff gonna happen today. Oh, because I deleted it, I think it was you. I'll send you a new one, or you can send me one. I'm very good. I'm very good. Namaste to you, Laura. Yes. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, last week was pretty cool, right? Hey, Mallory. Mallory's new, everybody. Welcome her. I just met her this afternoon, about 1 o'clock. I am fantastic. Hi, Christine. All my stuff is working. Amanda's here. Hello, Mallory. Or hello, Amanda. Yes. Yes, I'm starting to, get a handle on it. Kind of cool. Good old Capricorn, right? That's me. Yeah. So, hi, Allison Strange. Oh, thank you very much. Hope it's not too loud. Well, Kimberly, you got to pick up the phone, girl. Call me. You know, I'm here all the, I'm around. Yeah, so Mallory's new. Just talked to her today at 1 o'clock. A little half-an-hour reading that we did. Yeah. So, welcome, welcome. So, a lot is going on spiritually. A lot of stuff's going on in the universe. Spirit wants me to start talking, which is kind of interesting. And Sherry, I haven't watched all of that last week's show. So I need to go back and watch it and listen to what I was channeling, because I know it was intense as hell. Again, I don't remember a lot of the stuff that I channel anyway, but last week's kind of a blur. So it's like, as most of my life is now. Yeah, so, okay, so we're gonna start. Okay, last night I think it was, again, I don't know, I think it was last week. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it felt different. Yes, Sherry, sorry guys, Spirit wants me to answer Sherry. It was from higher dimensional guides. They call themselves the Authority. And that's all I remember. I just know that it was super, super intense. And it was just, again, guys know when I channel, it's hot and heavy. It just comes out like boom, 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 boom. So last week's was pretty intense. I don't even know what I wrote for the title last week on YouTube. But it was pretty cool. I mean, that's what I do with people during readings. For Coaching for the Soul, it happens not as often as it normally would, just simply because I control it very, very, very intensely, because I don't want it to go, because all of them can all of a sudden show up. Hi, Marcy. How are you? Thank you, Sherry. That's exactly what it felt like. You guys were seeing them. And they're back again. Hi, Adrian. So I didn't lose anybody, I hope. It just came up that it was not connected. So it's kind of weird. Them. Yeah, they just said it's us. So they were interfering with that. Okay, so I think it was last night that I posted about hi Lisa, I was walking Bailey, and it was kind of a cool night. We were just kind of walk. We usually do a nighttime walk, like about 7 o'clock, 7:15. Whenever his old butt decides he needs to go outside and just kind of take a walk with Dad. We can kind of it's kind of like our time with each other, because Lee's at home and things like that. So we're walking down to the pavilion, and he's just kind of hanging out, and the planes are flying on a metro, and they're flying over my house, but really high up in the sky, and they're like they're going like this, and I'm having a conversation with Spirit, and I'm like, okay, if we were to stay here September the 1st, they would raise my rent $325 a month. Oh, well, we're not staying here. And I think that's another way of us to move forward into Maui, onto Maui, I should say. And I was talking to Spirit about, when I moved back here in 2010, it was transformational. I had left Chicago for the last time. I knew I was going to be here for some reason. I didn't know why. I felt it. It was brand new. I was still the other Bill. Hi, Yolanda. How are you, my dear? I was still the Muggle Bill, who had the voice in my head. And I was here in my position at my job till 2014, and I quit my job to do this for a living, right? All in this apartment. Again, with my address being 3369. All divisible by 3. If you add them together, divide it, it's a 3. Well, 3 is transformation, and in numerology. And I am a 3 through and through. So I'm having this conversation with Spirit, and about, we've had a lot of things here. I said, but I think it's time to move. He says, yes, it is time. Yes, it is time to move. We have to get you there. I'm like, I know how to. Yes, I know that. I feel that it's coming. He says it is. But you have to make peace with here. And I'm like, true. Because everything's happened here. Again, I left my job after 37 years and totally changed my life in this apartment, right? I met Lee in 2016 out of the freaking blue, right? Bailey comes with him. Bay comes with him, which shows me how to love again, because I did not know how to love. Lee was in there too, but it was mostly the dog, because the dog is here all the time. I mean, I've spent every day with the dog pretty much for 6 years. Now going on, 6 months? Yes, over 6 years. Last month. Right? So all of that came together. Chimes. I'm going to cry, guys. Sorry. It's huge. My life has changed so much in the past 12 years that it's amazing. I'm not the same person. I'm a totally different human being. I'm so connected. I never thought I'd be this guy. I didn't know this guy existed. Who is this guy? But I stand in that. I stand in who I am. And I've never done that. I've never done that in my entire life. So this apartment means a lot. And it's full of, plants that I've had for 30 years. I mean, I have 18-foot tall trees in my living room because I have vaulted ceilings. So when we move, guys, if anybody wants plants, we're giving away everything. Plants, furniture, everything. But the plants especially. They grow like weeds in my house because the energy is so big. The energy is so nurturing. The energy is so good. Hey, Shannon. But having that conversation last night with Spirit was pretty intense. It was pretty amazing. I was like, I do need to make peace with this. And I thought I had, but in the but in the scheme of things, not deep down in. Adrian, you can have some if you'd like them. When we move, because we can't take them to Hawaii. So that was last night, and so it kind of tied into the fact that I've talked about before that, hey Takesha, and Yolanda, I don't have any snake plants. I have other stuff too. But it kind of ties into the astrology thing. That where were you in 2010? What was going on in your life 2010? I think I talked about this last week or the week before. Jupiter is now in Aries for the next 12 months. It kind of retrogrades for a minute, but it continues to go forward till May of 2023. Okay? So look back at 2010 and see where you were at. Were you in transformation? What were you doing? Were you doing the same old thing? Did you meet somebody? Whatever. Because with Jupiter being back in Aries for the next 12 months till May 2023, okay? You're going to take what happened in 2010, multiply it by 1,000, okay? Multiply it by 1,000. That's why I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident, I am pretty intense on we're moving this year, okay? They took my recycle bin last Friday and I didn't ask them to. It's gone. The recycle guys came and got it. Full of recycling. And I keep calling the office of GFL trying to get them to give me a new one, and I can't get the phone call to go through. So one thing after another leads me to believe and understand that we're moving. Now, if you guys are not on YouTube, if you don't go on YouTube, just sign up and go on YouTube. You're missing out. You're missing out on amazing opportunities. I'm looking for something here, guys. You are absolutely missing out on opportunities for your spirit guides, for your guardian angels, for the universe to bring you messages, to bring you videos, to bring you people that will lead to your ascension, that will absolutely help you do the work so that you're not by yourself, so that you are not, so you don't feel like you're alone. I mean, I signed up for YouTube, gosh, probably 8 years ago for the music. That's why I signed up, because I'm a dance music lover, even at 62, and the 80s and the 90s, because, stuff like that, but dancey stuff. But just as an example this morning, I shouldn't say that. This week, I should say, because today's Thursday, I had one or two videos it's Abraham Hicks, part of Abraham Hicks community. And I saw these videos and I'm like, okay, hey Billy, I need to watch that. The first one was Powerful Message for June 2022. Bingo. Knew I needed to watch that because this month is going to be phenomenal for everybody. All right. The next one was, and this is true, all right, forget about hard work. It's all energy. And Spirit and I have talked about that. I've channeled that forever. And when I do readings, right, especially at psychic fairs, everybody has to understand that what you've done in the past does not work in the future. The way that you've acted in the past does not work in the future. The way you acted or survived in past lives will not work in 2022 and beyond. It's not going to. So when you get the fear of, okay, I have to physically do something, no, that's ego. That's ego trying to tell you that you need to go back to being you need to go back to being where you're comfortable, which is a lie. Anything that you have done, that you remember doing, 62 years old, I worked since I was 12. I physically worked, right? I mean, one thing after another, this old Capricorn, 11,000 years old, of doing the job, of controlling my destiny, of controlling my future, of controlling my money, of controlling everything, because that's the way that I survived for 11,000 years. All of us have the same pattern. All of it has the same pattern. So what you have to do is be conscious of that and go, okay, I don't have to physically work for all the things that I want. And Spirit gave me this after that video, okay? Speak it into existence. Bill, speak that into existence. Speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. That's why Spirit constantly tells us we need to talk out loud. If you want something, ask for it. What you want, ask. If you're pissed off, let them know you're pissed off. If you're frustrated, let them know you're pissed off. If you're in fear, let them know you're in fear. Get it out of your body, but speak it into existence, Spirit says. I'm in the shower, right, saying this out loud after watching the videos. Speak it into existence, Bill. Speak it into existence, and I'll tell you why. After I watched Everything is Prepared for You, this is the last step. I was sitting on the couch, and I'm like, okay, this is coming up again. Interesting. I'm like, so Spirit, the last step is moving. The last step is winning lottery money or having big sums of money come to me, right? And I went, and I'm like, I don't understand why I'm afraid of being wealthy. I had so much fear in my heart that came up. So much fear that I thought I had dealt with this year and last year. But here it comes again. Because yesterday I asked Spirit, I need you to help me with this. I need you to show me how or what the next step is for us to move. This is before I got the notice about the $325 more a month. That ain't gonna happen. Not in this place. I lived here 12 years. It hasn't been painted in 12 years. It needs new carpet. Trust me. I did the best I could with it, right? But we've lived in it for 12 years. So understanding that, trying to understand that fear and going, Spirit, I don't know what that is. I mean, why am I fearful of being wealthy? Why am I fearful of the next step? Why am I fearful of moving to Hawaii? Why? What is it that makes me feel I don't deserve? And I said, you need to help me with that because I don't know what to do. I don't. I worked and worked and worked whenever it was brought to me to clear it, to understand it, to try to get it, to try, again, trying to use all the knowledge that I have, and being an open channel, right? But many, many times our everyday life will get in the way. Like for me, it's been my digestive things, right? And that set me back, put me in third dimension, and because I needed to be there to release that energy from my gut. Interesting, right? So when I got into the shower, again, you guys know that that's when we have our most amazing conversations is in the shower. He says, Bill, you have to speak it into existence, Bill. Bill, you have to speak it into existence. Like when, I know, Spirit. When a Spirit tells all of us, we got to call ourselves by our name. I'm telling you, you got to call yourself by name. Spirit is saying, Bill. Chimes. He says, Bill, you got to speak it into existence, Bill. Bill, you got to speak it into existence, Bill. I know, and I'm doing it, I think. He goes, not good enough. Not good enough. Bill, you have to speak it into existence. Dude, I got it. I'm going to speak it into existence. Right? And when I said that, it was powerful. When I said that out loud to myself, Bill, you have to speak it to existence. You have to speak it into existence. Bill, you need to speak it into existence. I was like, boom. It's the truth. We have to speak it so we get it. Not just talk about it. You have to speak it, and there's a difference. Speaking is like this, right? An authority, Spirit says, in knowing that it's yours. And understanding that you can have anything that you want in this lifetime. Anything. But we have to get it out of our own way. And many, many times, fear's in the way. It's the way it is, right? So even for a guy like me who thinks I'm pretty good in 5D, I still have my 11,000-year-old soul who's like, hey, Carol Kincaid, how are you? I haven't seen you forever. There still is that wall, right? Of believing I deserve it. Of believing I deserve it. To believe that I need, to believe I know Spirit. He said I'm getting ahead of myself. Because there's someone else there too, Spirit. There's 2 people there. There's 3 now. I got 3 guys going on right now. Guys, you can't. But trying to, not trying, when I take that back, that's human, right? Absolutely trying to manifest it. Oh, Billy, I hope you feel better, my dear. Trying to manifest it. Trying to manifest it. Allowing it to manifest. See how ego can trick you? See how ego can switch a word or two, and if you don't catch it, you enhance it. It's not about trying. Speak it into existence. Speak it. I'm going to allow it to happen. I'm not going to be fearful of that. And then going, so why am I fearful of that? I don't understand, Spirit. What would make it? And he says past lives. And this life and this lifetime. My mother indoctrinated us with fear about money. Okay? And I was reading the Sally, my astrologer from England. And I read the astrology for the month of June for Capricorns. Sally Kirkman. There was 4 lines in there about fear of money. Caught it off the bat. This month is going to be a month. The month of June is going to be a month for Capricorns to rein in their spending because some of your money cycle will slow down until blah, 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 blah. And I went, trigger. And then the next line was about money, trigger. Next line about money, trigger. I'm like, I'm not doing these anymore. I'm not reading Sally Kirkman anymore. Not doing it. Because that indoctrination is enhanced because of what my mom and the way that I was brought up, God love her, taught us. The energy in my house. Rein it in. Don't spend more than you can afford. Blah, 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 blah. Well, all that indoctrination doesn't allow us to believe that it's ours. That the car is ours. The house is ours. The boyfriend's ours. The wife, girlfriend's ours. The kids are ours. That the universe is ours. Because it is. It is. That's when the doubt comes in. That's when the doubt comes in. See? The doubt of it not happening. The doubt of... The doubt of not believing, Spirit says, that you can actually have anything that you want. And that's in every human on the planet. Except for the amazing ones who never got indoctrinated with that. Because it's always fear. And I remember as a small child, always being disappointed when I got excited about something. Be it Christmas, be it birthdays. Never had a birthday party in my life when I was a kid. Too close to Christmas. Money. No birthday presents. Money. Too close to Christmas. I heard that my entire childhood. What does that lead your soul to believe? Your spirit to believe, your human to believe that, hey Teresa, that it's the money. I'm not worthy of the money. I'm not worthy of the gift. I didn't even get a birthday card. And I'm not whining, guys, at all. Trust me, I had a good childhood. My mother and father took care of us. Like, never went hungry, always had heat. I had a nice house to live in. They gave us everything that they possibly could till I was 12 years old and I got my job where I could take care of myself, right? Making $300 a month in 1972. Well, why did I need to do that? Because psychologically and spiritually and soul-wise, I wasn't going to be told no. See? But that's ingrained from childhood. And it attaches to energy from past lives, right? Of starvation, of freezing to death, of all the ways that we survived until we didn't. Think about that. 100 years ago in America, it was 1922. Now, I'm an American history fanatic. I know things that's been since I was a child. It's always fascinated me. And now I know why. But think about that. 1922, who were the people in America? There was no wealth. There was no wealth at all. People were starving all over the place. There was the rich, the barons, but the majority of people in the United States was not rich. Europe was not rich. No place was rich. It was human survival, guys. That's just 100 years ago. So think about that. Our lives, our lifetimes on earth have never been abundant. Never been abundant. So inherently in our souls, it's survival skills. Ego. You know, I talk about that all the time. Right? Ego knows every way that you died, every single time that you lived on this planet. And it's going to do everything it possibly can to stop you from moving forward. Everything it possibly can to stop you from actually, hear them chimes. It's going to do everything it can because I got to save this person's life, and that's not true. That's a lie. But again, it's all tied in fear. I know. Spirit says it's like roots in the ground surrounding your heart, going into your intestines, going into every part of your human body because it believes it has to keep you alive. And your soul, unless you're talking to it in third person, Bill, speak it into existence. Bill, speak. I wrote it down. I'm going to put it on a freaking poster board, I swear to God, to remind myself that I need to do that every day. Because sometimes you're not as empowered as other days. Today, I'm extremely empowered. I'm feeling good. My energy's really high. Everything is good. Everything is clicking along. And we're out of freaking Mercury Retrograde as of tomorrow. Thank Jesus for that. If you can thank Jesus for anything, that would be the thing. Thank you to the universe. Because this last Mercury Retrograde was a pain in my butt. And the one before that was even worse. What did it do? It enhanced all of that communication junk from past lives in my gut. It stopped me in my tracks on stuff. I had to allow. I had to just allow. Hey, Candy, right? I mean, everything that came to me, thank God I wasn't busy with work. I'm just doing the psychic fairs on the weekend and a few readings during the week. So I have time. But if I was in full-fledged of doing readings and doing psychic fairs like I was a year ago, I wouldn't be doing coaching for the soul. I would be physically, emotionally, and mentally exhausted. So this is where I have overcome my fear of money. Because I'm not fearful of having money day to day. Last year I was, and the rest of my life before I was. Again, that's what it's all about. Seeing those milestones, Spirit says, seeing those times, seeing those things, and going, okay, how much have I changed since last year? This much, this much, this much? I don't know. I can say this much, but the Capricorn in me goes, but we haven't really overcome the fear of being wealthy. Because the house I'm buying is like $7 million. It's my house. I'm going to buy it when? I'm buying it now. I know the money's coming. I know my abundance is coming. I just have to open up my heart and clear that energy out. It's back again, right? The fear of, oh my gosh, but what if? Hi, Jennifer. But what if? And Spirit talks about that all the time with people. But what if? But what if? That's bullshit. Bullshit. That's not what if. But it's been ingrained in us, right? We've been indoctrinated with that. But what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? Oh my God, doubt. Oh my gosh, doubt. And when I say that, I sink down inside my gut. How do we counteract? We have to change the narrative. That's why, everyone, you need to watch those 3 videos. You need to watch those 3 videos, guys, because I'm telling you what, it will give you insight into what the heck is going on. They're like 12 minutes apiece from YouTube. That's why you got to get on YouTube and have yourself a spot. Because 2 of those came to me. 2 of those came to me this week. Jennifer, they're on my Bill Clairvoyant Facebook page. I reposted them on YouTube, from YouTube onto my Facebook page. From Abraham Hicks, part of his group, part of their group, I should say. But understanding that these are things that show up in your life. 2 of them showed up in my life this week. Didn't have time to do them because I was doing other stuff, having to do with, hey, Emily, I was thinking about you the other day. Having to do with Bailey, he's not doing too well, and just trying to keep my house up, and did the Psychic Fair last weekend on Saturday, and yeah, it's just kind of a good time. I mean, trying to get myself balanced and things like that. Because you have to do that. If you don't do that, you're running yourself ragged, and you can't connect. But back to the video, Spirit says, which is true. Things will come to you that you're supposed to see. Things will come to you that you're supposed to read. Supposed to. They bring all that stuff to you. At times. Especially when I say, okay, Spirit, what's the next step? I need you to show me. I need you to show me what is going on. I'm going to say this. I'm going to preface this. Pardon me. There are often times when Spirit and I do not have conversations about what are we going to do? What's going on? I don't understand. It doesn't happen. Last night? Yeah. Today? Yeah. Because we're coming out of Mercury Retrograde. He's got all this stuff he's got to tell me that I wasn't in the higher dimensional energy for him to tell me. Plus, I'm in a pretty good spot energetically, right? Because Mercury Retrograde ends tomorrow. There's a little bit of a shadow, but hell, it always wanes at this time of the pattern. We've come out of that. So if things start to change, things seem to be more lightweight, you're not thinking as much about the whatever stuff, you're not being challenged with communication, not being challenged with all kinds of other things, like people's anger, energy, whatever, because it's back to where it was 6 months ago. Now it's got to make all that, or I shouldn't say that, 5 weeks ago. So that's going to make up all that time again, and then move forward again until the next one, which I think is in September, October. I think that's when it is. It's 3 a year. It's the way it is. As conscious as you can be, as much as you can get on a YouTube, you can get on a Facebook, you can get on an Instagram. Those are my 3 that I can get things like boom, boom, boom. Because they know I'm looking at them. They know that they can bring me stuff that I need to watch or that I need to read and react to with a heart. That's why I post all the things that I post. And guys, if you're not following Spiritual Iffy on Facebook, so click it. Because they have some of the coolest stuff on that Facebook page that I don't post because I think it's something that I can't really do that. I don't think, because it has quizzes and things on there. It's more about the message. It's more about the site. So when you see my post like that, go check out that Facebook page because it's amazing. Again, messages will be there too. See? Times. So for me today, it's been about getting in touch with that part of myself that is not allowing for the abundance to come. Like, and because what you speak comes to you. So Spirit, how come the money's not here? Negative. So Spirit, I don't understand. What do I need to do to get the money to come? What do I need to do to get to move? What do I need to do? There's the problem right there. Because usually you're either in a place of hurt, a place of anger, a place of frustration, a place of doubt, a place of WTF. My favorite phrase in the world is WTF. Only I say it. What the heck, right? What the huh? Well, that's down here. Am I going to change that narrative? Yes, because I want to speak it into existence. Open myself up to allow that energy. Because Spirit has always talked about this, right, guys? Positive out, positive back. Everybody's filled with fear. Everybody's filled with fear from past lives. And from this lifetime, it only enhanced it in third dimension. But now we're not in third dimension anymore. For anybody watching Coaching for the Soul, you're on your way, you all know that, to a higher dimensional energy, to clearing, to amazing confirmation. Is there a plan? They know the plan. Do we know the plan? No. Because we can mess up a wet dream if we have a plan. Because how? We'll want to jump forward. We'll think, I can't do that. I can't do that either. I don't know how to do that. Lower energy, lower energy, lower energy. We do it all day long with ourselves. And that's the thing that got reinforced with me today. Because I need to speak it into existence. Not reality, into existence, Spirit says. As I work on my fear of being wealthy. I don't think again, as a human, hey Ryan, what's up, brother? As a human, as a Capricorn human, I got this. But obviously inside, the doubt is there that what happens if it doesn't show up? Because I'm not working for it. And I noticed something going in today too. I was shaving, and I'm like, I need to get more razor blades from Amazon. And I actually said this out loud. Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful I can afford to buy razor blades, replacement razor blades on Amazon. I caught that. Bill, why would you say that? Because that's what I was taught. How many times have you heard, or people around you have said, or you've said, I'm so thankful I was able to pay my car payment this month. We think we're giving thanks to our guides. No. We're stopping the abundance from coming to us, all the things that we want, because, oh my God, I'm so thankful I could. Right, Jennifer? That's it. Our narrative is what we've learned. Our narrative is what was taught us. I'm so thankful I was able to buy razor blades on Amazon today. That's $22. But I said it. Why? Because of the narrative. When I was working in my retail position, making 6 figures, and I still didn't have enough because of the narrative. I was working like a crazy person because I thought I had to make my abundance. I made really, really, really good money. And I was still wanted things I couldn't buy. There's a plane going over my house right now. Pretty cool. See? So now in this place, right? The place that I'm in now, then again, today's been a really insightful day, would you say? No. Those are things that you cannot think. Those are that's all narrative that you've learned in my 62 years of being on the planet. My mother and father are having conversations about the bills. Not arguments, because they never argued in front of us, ever. But conversations. the frustration of my father realizing that we didn't have enough money to do all the things that he wanted to do. And my mom let him find that out for himself by doing the checkbook every once a month or when he needed to pay bills. He handed it back to my mom after less than 30 days. I can't deal with that. You need to take care of that. Chimes. That's the narrative in most people's households, even the wealthy ones, because they come from lack. We all come from lack. We all come from lack. Yeah, we all come from lack. Like Spirit said before, very few of us have come from wealth. Think about 100 years ago. Hell, think about 50 years ago. I mean, even 50 years ago, it wasn't like we were wealthy, that people were wealthy. Anybody on the planet. No. It's the haves and the have-nots. Yeah. So now that's being flipped over. And Spirit has talked about that before. Not going to come from the top down and from the bottom up. But we lead that, right? We're the ones who have to change the narrative in not just in our egos, in our hearts, in our human body, the energy that we do. It's about as a collective, right? As all of us gain that insight, Spirit says, as all of us move forward into higher dimensional energy, that we actually tap into that part of ourselves that goes, oh my God, I cannot believe that I've been telling myself that the whole time. I mean, the shaving, the razor blade thing, what the hell? But I've done that a number of times. I still do that. When I pay my car payment. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got that out of the way. Change that narrative. I have a benchmark every month that I set my intention for, and I've never made it. I realized that this morning in the shower. I've never made that intention since I made it. Why? Because of what Spirit and I talked about today. The fear of hitting it. It's more comfortable not hitting it and staying in that energy, Spirit says, of, God dang it, I didn't make it again. And now it makes sense. It makes total sense. Where in my job, right, in my traditional job in retail footwear, I controlled my money. Commission, personal commission, store volume commission. So the more business I did in my store, the more money I made. The more business that I sold, the more product that I sold. That's been since I was, gosh, selling shoes when I started 20 years old. I think it was 20 years old. Yeah, see? So I controlled it. So the more that I sold, the more money I made. Because I'm really good at selling. I'm selling Eskimo freaking ice cube. Easy. Why? Because that's how we survived. Working. Physically working. And when you have that narrative growing up, that you have to work to get what you want, so then you get to be 62, and you're in this spiritual journey of enlightenment. And we are all going through it. This connection to spirit, the connection to the divine, the connection to the universe. Yeah. So there's all these little things that we don't think we're doing that stops us from moving forward. The blessing, if you can call it that, is the acknowledgement. I know Spirit's laughing. The acknowledgement of that's what's stopping us. And me not having a teacher, except for them, I'm blessed to be somewhat of a teacher for you guys. I truly am. Have been that person my entire life because of them. Take what I've gone through and go, okay, I get that. I get that too. I get that too. See? As somebody said to me last week, for some reason, Bill, your soul chose to have plenty of disruptions in your lifetime. it was Tammy. Her and I on Friday were doing it. I asked her if she'd help me out with some energy in my gut kind of thing. And we had a little Zoom together. And she's like, Bill, my gosh, your soul truly signed up for some trauma, some challenges in this lifetime. After I told her some things that most didn't know. I didn't even know I was traumatized by it, but I was. And again, I've talked about this before. All this stuff in my gut with my digestion is all from this lifetime trauma and past lifetime trauma. Yeah, it's all about being anxious. It's all about energy. So when I told her that, she's like, my God, Bill, with all that I know about you, now after about a year and a half, about a year and a half, let's say 16 months, wow, your soul said, I know. I laid in bed last week and went, Spirit, what the hell? We gotta have those conversations, right? Why would I sign up for this? Why would I blah, 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 blah? And we have to do that. We have to do that out loud with Spirit and have those conversations. Not hold that inside of ourselves. Not sit there. Sometimes you gotta have a heart-to-heart with them. Right? Like, what the, right? WTF moment. Hello. Why would I do this? Well, because you needed challenges. Why? I'm freaking 11,000 years old. Come on. Why? Because again, learn. Got to get ready for the next dimension. Got to get ready as that Capricorn person. We're going to do all of it right here, and then we're going to shoot off and be whatever. Yeah. I started hearing in 1996 to give up. Give up what? Bill, just give up. Fighting the system in retail. Fighting for my employees because the company didn't want to take care of them the proper way. Fighting for employees in other stores that I was working in as their trainer, as their guru, to get them to understand who they are, moving forward, making money. Because money makes the world go round. You need money to make it happen. I know some poor people who think they got it by the tail, but they don't have it by the tail. But fighting my entire life to get what was mine. And that came from being gay and little in the 60s and 70s. Trust me. The narrative around that, you don't matter, you don't matter, you don't matter, you don't matter, you don't matter. And I, being the 11,000-year-old Capricorn, was not taking that stuff. Oh, no. No. All the way through school, the skinny little feminine boy heard that narrative. Bullied, chased, physically abused, all kinds of things, right? It just enhanced the way that the world was telling me. And a lot of us have that, guys. It doesn't just mean gay folks. You can be African American, you can be Latin, you can be poor, white, it can be white, black, doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Thank God that's changing. But for us, we have to look at that and let that go and understand that we put that in all of our nooks and crannies. So as we ascend past 3D, into 4D, into 5D, those things are going to come up, and we have to recognize them. We have to understand that the fight, again, Spiritual Being 1996, Bill, give up. Just give up, Bill. I'm not giving up anything. There's no way. They're not going to beat me from my childhood. Because now all of a sudden I was grown, and I could fight back, and I could control. Well, when I was little, it didn't happen. Some of the boys took care of me, right? Some of the boys protected me, but they weren't always there from the bullies. Just a conversation of the world. In my family, nothing was ever said to me, but the energy was there. And being the clairvoyant empathic, intuitive, connected human that I was when I was 8. You hear people talk. So as we go forward, as we understand more and more about ourselves, there's all the things from this lifetime and last. Did this digestive thing knock me on my butt? Oh, trust me, it did. The amazing thing is, chimes, they keep playing with my nose and I don't know why. I keep telling them to stop. This nostril, I don't know what that is. I know. They like to bug, they like to pick at me, Spirit says. Stop. They think it's funny that I react to it. Is to, when you do have the days like today for myself that are insightful, that you're in that zone, that your energy's good, that when you're led, take the time to be led. Let them lead you, right? They're trying to show you something that can make your journey easier. That's why I do Coaching for the Soul every week at the same time. Live. And then it's on my YouTube channel by 4:30, maybe 5. Because I want you guys to have a destination. If you can get there. But when you open up that channel for yourself, when you start to listen to the way that you communicate with yourself, when you allow them to show you what else you need to look at, allow, flow, connect, talk out loud. I'm a pretty good ego controller. I pretty much get, I pretty much listen if and when, which is not often. But today, having a conversation with Spirit about what the hell, why is this fear in my chest about being wealthy, receiving what I want? Why am I doubtful? There's no reason to be doubtful. There's no reason for any of us to be doubtful. Especially me. I am not the same guy. I mean, oh my gosh. I'm not the same guy at all. If you look back, I look back at past Coaching for the Souls and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell am I talking about? It's so much deeper now. It's so much more profound. It's so much more of a stronger channel. But it's supposed to be a stronger channel. Because you all have grown too. It's funny to see the people that watched Coaching for the Soul back in 2019 or 18, 2020. None of them watch Coaching for the Soul now. I think Amanda's the only one that I can remember that's still with me. The rest have fallen aside. Yeah. Why? Because as your vibration rises, as it lifts into higher dimensional energy, the 3 Ds will fall down, will fall out. Yeah. See? Because that's our destiny. You can't bring them with you. You can't. It's impossible. It's impossible to do. See? So that's why when I tell you guys, when I channel, I should say, not me, Spirit, that you got to look backwards. Go look backwards and see where it came from. And why I bring up the Coaching for the Soul 2019, because it showed up on a memory on Facebook yesterday. Again, yesterday. And I watched a little bit, like, what the hell am I talking about? And I saw all these people commenting. I was like, well, no one in there that I even speak to anymore, that follows me at all. Not at all. I'm like, well, isn't that interesting? Spirit said, well, that's how far you've come. True. I agree with you. But then I feel bad because I'm like, well, they need the coaching too. How come they don't? They're not supposed to, Bill. That's me wanting to nurture people, wanting them to come along with us, wanting them to get the messages that they need. And then Spirit said, but Bill, maybe they're not supposed to get those messages. Maybe that's not who they are, Bill. And I clicked back in and went, yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I want to be all-inclusive, right? I want the whole damn tribe to come. Come on, let's all go together. What the hell? Why not? No. I know. The Spirit says, when you think like that, when you focus like that, you don't understand that you have to be that one person. They're going to come along if they're supposed to come along, Bill. And I think that's because, again, goes back to childhood and things like that. Not being included in things. Not being included in things. Right? Even in my family, because I was sick with kidney disease for 8 years when I was a kid. Like, I don't know, from like 5 to 14. I think it was 6 to 14. I don't know what it was. 6 to 13, something like that. Yeah. 6 to 12. Yeah, probably 4 years old to 12 years old. So I wasn't able to do all the things with my family. And I certainly wasn't asked to do things in my neighborhood, although I loved we had really good friends. I mean, really good friends who never, ever, they were just my guy friends, right? And they just accepted me for who I was. Their parents did too, to a point. And that's just who Billy is. But they'd always wonder, is there something going on with them? No, not at all. They're my guy friends. I can have guy friends and be gay, but that tells you the mentality of the 1970s, 1960s. See, if Billy is gay and he's with this person hanging out with his buddy, one of my best friends was named Mark. I mean, him and I were brothers. I mean, it was so amazing. He was it was him. He was my best friend. And I know his mother thought something was going on. Not at all. That's my friend Mark. Again, felt comfortable, not threatened. We just had this companionship, which was awesome. My mom would feed him. He'd come to our house up north. I'd go to eat with his mom at night. Yeah, just kind of best friend kind of thing. See? But that gets ingrained in you, right? That people are thinking something else. So Spirit says you have to outlive that. Which in other words, you have to go in and clear that stuff out. You have to go in when it comes up because, hey, Veronica, because it stops you from accepting the goodness. It stops you from accepting your abundance because that narrative down deep inside, okay, down deep inside is you don't deserve it. And today is that enlightenment day for me. That I need to speak it into existence. And understand that we all have to do that. We all have to do that. To get what's ours and for it not to take so long. That is what is so different. Is I'm thinking, what the hell, Spirit? It's been freaking 4 years since you talked about Maui. It's been 3 years since you brought me Maui on my TV. That is on my TV now every day. Monday through, 7 days a week for at least 4, 5, 6 hours a day. Kaanapali Beach, 17 miles from the house I'm going to buy. Every day. See? They did that off of YouTube. And the numerous things that have happened with me that they brought to me that I was not in the know so that I could move forward when supposed to. I'm moving at the right space, at the right speed, at the right pace. I understand that. I get it. Is it frustrating? It was frustrating as hell. Is it frustrating now? No. Because I know that it's coming. Does it make it the fear, the doubt any less? No, I have to work on that. Why do I have that doubt? Well, this lifetime. Don't get your hopes up, Bill. I heard that so many times. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Why the fuck not? Because if you don't get it, Bill, you're going to be disappointed. I heard that enough too. Right? Well, if you don't got, again, Christmas time. Well, Bill, I don't want you to ask for something that we can't afford. I don't want you to be disappointed. So in other words, lower your expectation, because we as a family may not have enough for all 4 kids. I was third boy, then my sister. And I got that narrative loud and clear, which made me go, okay, I don't need anything. I'm good. I'm okay, Mom. I'm okay, Mom. So I retreated back into my cocoon, as a good Capricorn does. Not that I didn't need it, but no, I'm okay. Give it to the others. 11,000 years of suffering, 11,000 years of starvation, 11,000 years of whatever it was. Yeah. I understand that now, as a child, as a young adult, 20s and 30s and 40s and even 50s, hell to the no. No. See? So that is the way we were brought up. I know people that I thought were wealthy growing up, right? That I went to high school with. They had lots of money, but their parents didn't spend it on them most of the time. They lived in a worse household than I lived in. I didn't live in a bad household at all, but they lived in dysfunction. Crazy mothers and fathers, things like that. Yeah. Now they're at 62 years old, because I went to high school with them, right? And junior high. And now they've come out of that spot of thinking, WTF. Yeah. See? So, a lot of stuff this week. A lot of stuff today. A lot of stuff yesterday. Okay? As we come out of Mercury Retrograde. Chimes. So, I think it's 4. A little after 4. Okay. So, I'm in St. Clair Shores on Saturday, inside the building, Psychic Fair. I think it's 10 to 6. So if you're around, come on out. If you want to see me in person, come on out. Next week, I'm in Livonia. I think it's 10 to 6 again. It's on my website, billhobart.com. And the weekend after that, I am in Frankenmuth for 2 days. It's my last Psychic Fair. I didn't book anything else because Spirit wouldn't let me book anything else for July and August and beyond, which makes me believe that we're going to be moving. We definitely have to move by September 1st. So, yeah, I'm 3 months away. I'm believing and putting it out there that I'm ready to receive. I'm going to work on the Speak It Into Existence. You should too. If you guys want, to know, Spirit told me this before. If you guys want to know what I follow on YouTube, send me a text, 248-310-7689, or you can Facebook message me, okay? Then you can like the pages that or the people that I like on YouTube, if you want to follow the same things as me to get started, okay? It's pretty phenomenal. It's pretty phenomenal. Thank you, Yolanda. I believe in you too, sweetie. And I love the pics when you're in the gym. I think that is so cool that you have that empowerment to do that stuff because you're beautiful. So yeah. So again, guys, I'm always here to help, right? I'm always here to help as much as I possibly can. So I don't want anybody to feel like they're alone. Hence why we had this conversation today, right? So thanks for joining me on Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. And I will answer any questions that are here before I delete it. I'm trying to get the Facebook page up because my plan is to put this on the Facebook page so that people who are in the private Facebook page can talk to each other and back and forth, and you guys can see my answers, because once I delete it, all the answers for this are gone. But I have to delete it so that people will go to the YouTube channel to look at the videos. Okay, that's why I put the little commercials on. How today's Coaching for the Soul is now available on my YouTube channel. Yesterday's Coaching for the Soul is on my YouTube channel. That's why I do that, to drive people to go look at my YouTube channel. Okay, and I thank everybody who does that. Namaste. I'll see you next Thursday for Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3.